All right, guys, we're going to take a look at the Halios Seaforth. This is the third generation in the very popular pastel blue or powdery blue type watch here, the dial color, and date wheel and strap and everything kind of ties in. But these are pretty elusive or pretty difficult to buy new. And then, you have to be patient sometimes and wait for them to pop up on the secondary market for about what they cost new, and sometimes maybe even a premium over new. It's really weird, the following that this brand has. I'm not 100% sure I agree with it. It is a really nice watch, but I don't think it's something you should potentially pay a premium for. I think you want to, buy a new or potentially wait for a good price on a secondary market. I mean, it's a great watch, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it gets a little weird for me. But 40 millimeter case here. Now I've videoed a few of these in the past, but I'm just gonna do it again, so I haven't done this exact colorway and combo here because there's different options. But 40 mil case, 46.6 lug to lug. You can see a really nice thin profile on the case, nice turned down angled lugs here, and 12 millimeter thick, including the boxed sapphire crystal. I did measure it from just like the fixed bezel to the bottom of the case here, and it's like 9 millimeters. So you're getting a little bit of thickness there, obviously, from the box. Sapphire crystal, which is really nice in appearance. I think it fits this overall design very good. 20 millimeter lug width, so you're going to be able to do whatever strap you want on this. This one obviously comes with this kind of color matching. It's a little off, but similar color and leather backed, and then it also comes with this thin, nicely done rubber type strap with nice hardware and rubber keepers there. So, and the hardware on is really nice. The branding is actually on the bottom side, so that's kind of slick. I do like that. It keeps a nice sleek look because the watch itself is really sleek. Nice uniform Halios on there and Seaforth. Not really anything else going on the dial there. Color matched on the date wheel, automatic on the bottom. The rest of it's applied logo or applied indices and printed on, markers around the outside there. Really good, simple, clean handset here, framed in black with some lume in there, and then nice applied indices, also filled with lume. We'll do a lume shot at the end, but you can see just very clean. If you're into these pastel blue or the powder blue, I get it, because it's different than typically what you see out there. There are some other colorways out there, but this powder blue or pastel blue definitely seems to be a hit in the brand. Now you can see the fixed bezel on this. Like I said, about a year ago, I did the 12-hour bezel, and then I don't know if I've had a dive one on, and then I've had a fixed bezel on before too. But you can see it kind of pushes down into the overall case design, submerged into the lugs just a touch, but it keeps the overall case super thin. You have about a 6.5 millimeter crown there, signed, screw down, so it is going to have a 200 meter water resist. There's the case back. That's also screwed on with some information on there. Mostly brushed. There is some polished relief edges, both on the lugs and around the bezel. But other than that, it's pretty much all brushed and very clean looking. The crown is super easy to operate, being that it's 6.5 mil, which is a nice, clean size, symmetrical, excellent pop to it. Very good traction on it with those, engraves on it. Nice whine to it. This is the Swiss ETA 2824-2, 40-hour power reserve, beats at 28,800 vibrations. That first position is going to be your date set. And then you're going to be able to hack and then do your time setting. So whatever you want to do there. Very little crown play there. Very easy to push in and thread back in. So, for being a three-handed time with a date, I think it's a great option if you were in the market for that style of watch. But like I said, just do your homework and do some shopping and try to find a good deal on one. I'm not sure what packaging it comes with. This is what Nick sent over. This, I don't know if it's real leather or not, but a nice leather pouch, and then this strap, and then the watch itself. So I did throw it on the time grapher, and it's flatline. It's dead zero. I love the Swiss movements, whether it's the Salida or the ETA that I'm most commonly presented with. Sometimes I get presented with the STPs or something like that. Those are also really good. But yeah, these ETAs seem to be very consistent within a plus minus. I'm not sure what grade movement they're putting in these, but I was pleasantly surprised when I put on the time grapher and it was 0. No plus, no minus, really healthy amplitude, no beat error, and just flat line. So that's always cool. Let me pop this guy on my 7.25 inch wrist. Maybe a little bit smaller than that, hard to say. I don't measure it, but you can see wears great. You know, that 46.6 lug to lug, you know, about 46.5, and a 40 mil case. Just wears great. The dial's not, because you do have a nice box sapphire and the fixed bezel, it doesn't have that, you know, some field watches in the 40 mil size, the watch dial, the watch face is just so much bigger that it just looks too big on wrist. This one is not that case because they're using the same platform, whether you do the 12-hour bezel or the dyed bezel or the fixed bezel. So it just looks really good on wrist. I think it's going to look and potentially wear smaller than the 40 mil case says. I think it's easily more like a 39 if you can differentiate the 40 and then 39, possibly down to a 38, 38 and a half is what it really feels like, if you get my drift. So I think that's about it. Let me give you a lume shot. I am gonna, for full effect, I'm gonna give it a little blast with the UV light here, because I'm not sure how good the lume is on it, but we are going to get the full experience here. Yes, so that's a nice healthy application of lume. I did cheat a little bit and blast it. Now the little marker below the date is not an applied indice. That is printed on. I could see, you know, that being, you know, I think if they would have done an applied indice down there, they just would not have had any real estate for a lume. I'm glad they actually went with the printed, even though it, you know, doesn't tie in with the rest of the indices. It works here where the lume is. I think it would look not balanced if you didn't have that. So, all right. Big thanks to Nick for sending this in. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch you on the next video.